Even open half of my software. SteamVR is updating. Oh well, you're a bit late. We are already running, and I'm not gonna restart to get the newest update. So that's working, and then come on. That was not supposed to happen. I absolutely fucking didn't press anything to select there and move. Huh? What's happened here? I don't like this. Why is my model just fucking gone all of a sudden? So okay, this is where at least the window is, which gives me half an idea. Okay, open settings again. Where were we? Running this one. Assume, I guess. Yeah, it gives me my model at least back. It's because I must have somehow figured out how to do the keyboard input to rotate the camera, and that just sent the camera into the shadow realm. Which, obviously, we don't want to. We want a functioning camera. I'm also calibrating before I'm hopping into ACC, but that's fine. This is the standard behavior now for... That's ACC, that SteamVR is stable with just jumping into games like this. Windows and stuff just remain pegged where they're supposed to be, which is a really good improvement in IMO, but unfortunately it ended up rotating my cancel. Oh, for fuck's sake, I pressed cancel. If I press cancel, you shouldn't just yeet the calibration as soon as I have pressed that stupid the calibration button. Like, why would you do that? Oh yeah. I am looking forward to getting rid of this piece of software. And it's not like the most impossible thing to get rid of. Because the only thing I really need to get rid of is replace it with is just something that can do virtual reality tracking. Which, you know, isn't like the most obtuse library ever invented. It isn't. It's much worse things than that. So yeah, go figure. Right, sudo address, and then again, because for some reason this server loses its password every single time for me. So 5 minutes remaining of qualifying. Okay, oh boy, we have Brunev and Wilson here. Both of them. Wilson is... Filth. This is a GT3 barely faster than Wilson, though. That's hilarious. But yeah, Wilson is barely is quite a bit faster than Brunev, and they're both lapping, I think, 2 minutes 10, which is mental around the circuit. Which is the mental stuff. Alright, we're gonna need some rotation out of this car. Under 5 minutes to go. Close these brake ducts. Rear wing, nah. Right side, jack that shit up. Fuel, we can go and carry some here into qualifying. It's not gonna matter too much. We just need to get some reference in. Toe on the rear, nah. Camber on the front, probably max that out. Toe seems to be like reasonable numbers. Okay. Anything else I've just forgotten? Or dampers. Yank, 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 and yank.
Low tire pressure, stay clear of the curves.
The technical reality is, if I can... I mean, if I win here today, and he finishes second, that won't be enough for him to top the championship anymore, because I would have been with 5 points into the final round. And that's more than my drop round has. This thing likes bouncy a bit. But the bigger issue, but if he wins and I finish third, which is not looking too far from what might happen, then I will head with 2 points lead into the final round, which would require me to finish second at minimum. Finish only 1 point behind him. Because right now he has 3 wins and I have 4. So I beat him still with rounds 1. So who cares if you're from Ukraine or not? Tires are a bit low pressure. And I'm only gonna get 1 lap here. And I kind of do need to put at least 1 lap in. Just in case, you know, there's a... Yeah, there are other G cards. Oh god, Wilson has gone up to an 11.8. How in... What? Can I politely ask how this guy is doing... What is that? 2 minute 8 in a GT4 car? How in any universe is that possible? He's on qualifying GT3s at this point. Runev is out of it, so let's see if we could at least out-qualify him. Oh, come on, tires. We kind of need a bit more grip than that. Broke a bit early. Hello there. I think I'm gonna get utterly served today, because holy hell, what is that lap time? I have to see where my time stops, but I'm not positive it's gonna be particularly good. Yeah, it's over 2 minutes already. I think his lap time probably finished about now. And look at... Yeah, but we nearly beat the GT3 at least, but Just 3/10 down on that, but like still, holy fucking hell, 1.5 seconds. Weird. I mean, it was my first attempt at a lap, so it's at least something. We're unfortunately starting behind the GT3 though. Getting a 4060 tomorrow. Big upgrade from 1650. Yeah, that sounds like a big upgrade. I was running a 1060 for the longest time. Oh, true enough. Well, that's fun. He's the GT3 that like got out qualified by a GT4 car. Let's see, maybe he can figure it out in the race. We have a Mustang starting behind everyone as well, but we at least jumped Runef here in qualifying. That's at least something of a consultation. But yeah, it is. I had for a long time a 1060 6GB. Before that, 960 4GB. Both of these were relatively good cards, but the 1060 6GB was quite struggling with VR. I did a race actually on that 1060 in VR, but only R Factor 2. It couldn't do ACC. ACC would turn into like pastel colors because the textures, it just couldn't load them. So texts like on these banners that are over there, that would just be kind of black with like a splotch in the middle. Headlights would like, you had these like 4 different like lightness stages on the ground in front of you, where like it's brighter than the circle of like a bit less brighter than the circle of a bit less brighter. You sort of see this in I remember seeing that effect in GTR 2 back in the day, but like it's really funny having seen that in ACC as well. But yeah, I upgraded for that reason back in early 2021 onto an RX 6800, because I was like was like, yo, it's not looking like the GPUs are gonna become any more available, and there's a massive mining crisis about to completely overtake it. So let's just drop the $800 and get the fucking GPU and get the hell out of here. Right, and despite it being quite a bit over market value, that was a very good decision. Because you wouldn't be able to buy the same GPU for that price for at least 2-3 years. Like, it's just been like, I think sort of last year, beginning of this year, that you could actually get this GPU or like similar for a cheaper price. But that was a wise decision still. Because I would have been stuck for a while. Yeah, to VR on the 1060, yeah. Yeah, $300 is pretty decent. Yeah, you can definitely get some good GPUs in some ways. Ah, yeah, that's also nice. I didn't know the 460 was like that little power. But then again, I mean, I've ran the RX 6800 at first around oh yeah, I haven't actually fucking put the fuel in there. I didn't do fuel bath, and I have like 44 seconds left. Fuck. I got carried away. There was 3 minutes for me to do fucking fuel bath, and I still didn't do it. Ah. Shit. How am I doing this? 60 divided by 2.1.
20 seconds.
Okay, 30 times 2.9. 87.
10 seconds.
I think, yeah, I had 3 seconds left. 3 seconds. Oh, I didn't adjust my tire pressures. Fuck. From qualifying. Oh, that's the big issue. That is the big issue in my fuel load. Yeah, I mean mine is 200 watt TDP. Tomorrow's gonna pass very slowly. Oh yeah, because we're waiting for it to arrive. And I do need to order the RAM upgrade I wanted for my laptop. Not like that I need it that much, but like it would be quite handy. I did purchase in T480 ThinkPad. It wasn't last week. It was. I think it's now 3 weeks ago. At this point, 2-3 weeks ago that I purchased that, and that thing comes with 8 gigs of RAM. It is the last generation that they didn't install the RAM into the motherboard, so like that's good. So I've been like, what sort of upgrade do I want for the RAM? Because it's like, I mean, I'm running Linux. You can run it on 8 gigs. It's like it's doable. But like if I have Firefox open, if I have Thunderbird open, obviously Discord and Telegram open in the background, then the funniest thing was like I had I used NeoVim as my text editor and coding editor and stuff, and I had a certain LSP plugin installed for LaTeX, LaTeX documents, because I usually write my PDFs in LaTeX. And that thing was like my highest RAM use by fucking LSP. That was like okay, and it was quite garbage, that thing. I had installed that LSP and replaced it back with TextLab. I think I'm running TextLab, or it was TextLab that was the one that was causing problems to me. Yeah, I replaced that one with, you know, because 8 RAM, but like I'm still very well within RAM budget of 8 gigs. It's doable. Especially I have 8 gigs of swap also, so it's like, it's not impossible. But it's like this, but they could have more. You know, 32 gigs is like $60. So it's a ThinkPad T480. So it is a laptop from 2018. It is not a young laptop technically. I bought it used for 165 euros. So that's quite a steal. I'm also thinking of getting a second battery for it, because that thing has still the ThinkPad power bridge, which means I can just. Yeah, I mean, it is still an upgrade, because I had previously an Aspire laptop that was from 2016, and that was starting to, the hinges were starting to rip out of the casing, so that was just, I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna reshell this thing, right? Just buy another broken laptop and like put it into a new shell. And then I was looked for like listings nearby, and it's like, well, you can easily spend on like a comparable laptop of the same generation like $200. So I was like, yeah, let's just check ThinkPads, you know, for the meme, right? They're cheaper. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna just buy a functional ThinkPad at that point. So, and it's quite a decent upgrade. It's USB-C charging. It runs, which allows me also to just plug into USB-C hubs and monitors. And I just got, well, I got swamped by the GT3, so that's something. Oh boy, this guy's slow in his mark. Okay, he decided to back out of it as soon as I made the threat here to move. I'm pretty sure he's gonna try and undercut me again. His entire season he's just run undercuts at me. Yeah, as I pointed out already, we did out-qualify him. We didn't, but we were 3/10 off him and he got unqualified by our friend Wilson here. And he is well still stuck behind him. He might be driving on GT3, but that isn't really a GT3 with the pace he's driving. Real Racing 3 or something before you sleep. Isn't Real Racing 3 a phone game? Because that reminds me a bit of a funny meme that's like I saw the other day of well, saw today technically, which was it's time to time to go off the big computer and go in bed and continue playing with the little computer. That's kind of nice. Especially with the anime out. I read it. I see. Well, did our friend pit yet? No, Wilson has not pitted yet. Huh. I find the situation interesting. Because he was quite a bit faster than being qualifying, but like all of a sudden I'm, competitive. I think everybody does this. But especially the phrasing of like, yeah, the little computer. It's kind of adorable. I really like that. Still need to practice a bit. Yeah, but I don't get in why I'm so much faster than Wilson right now. I mean, I guess I did qualify on 60 liters, so like, and he probably on basically nothing in the fuel tank. But still, I shouldn't be this much faster than him. Oh, come on, not again. Oh, fuck, come on. I'm making massive errors here. Like, I was escaping most of the lap, but then just suddenly, like, through. Just gotta go to your desk and grab the controller. One of the issues I have with controllers is that you have to constantly just repair them then to another device. Just as like being a bit of a nuisance. I did race the other day on Linux ACC, which, well, that didn't go too hot. I ran the Pitskill Daily Nords event, and well, I mean, for like a third of the lap it was fine. Then I headed into the compression and foxhole, and the car just went no. It killed me because it was the Porsche and I hadn't changed the default setup. But the issue I was running with was I didn't want to pair my keyboard that I have already for repair my Bluetooth keyboard to Linux, then have to repair it again under Windows for today. It was just something that I didn't want to do. And it was a wise decision considering I nearly overslept here this race. Like, I just gone a bit to bed and then do some more research for my program and then just Like, I was literally browsing the web to just read some code about memory maps, shared memory maps. That's... and specifically how you interact through Linux into Wine based Linux. Not what. How you interact from Linux into Windows shared memory maps running in Wine. Like, that's just... I still have not quite understood how they are doing it. But they've... as far as I get it, it's... like, they spawn a process, a Windows process within Wine that mounts the memory map onto its standard in. That then spawns a child process that is a Linux process, somehow. And then that one uses the shared memory map attached to the standard in to then output the shared memory map on a socket on standard out. And then you can just, on the Linux, grab the socket connection. Just attach the standard out of that process, and it's where you can then just regularly use the Linux shared memory map technology. It's something, and I still don't quite have a clue. I mean, the description for one of the projects says underneath it, this thing leaks memory worse than my grandma. Like, it's something. Right. But yeah, I fell asleep while doing that. That's... and then woke up suddenly at 9:30 PM when qualifying went live, and I was like, oh shit. And yeah, you'll have some fun. I will probably wrap up at the end of this race, so I won't stick around too much. I mean, if you want to jump in after you've done some races, maybe I'm still alive. Or maybe you're just asleep at that point. You crashed your couch hard? The couch blue screen or what? I'm sure there's an on between the crashed and my, but like it's behind the stupid heart icon, so like I can't read it. But the consideration of the couch crashed is just too funny for me right now, so... Screw the weather. Yeah, the European mind is not built for 30 degrees Celsius. I don't even know how hot it was today. I don't even know. I didn't check, but I definitely was a bit outside. Because yeah, I had to walk to like a different building that is further deeper in the campus. But more to, actually more towards the edge of the campus. Because I participated today in a user study. Because, you know, because my prof was like a few weeks ago like, hey, this user study is happening, please sign up for it. And I was like, okay, what is this? And then like, oh, this is highlighting techniques in virtual reality. I'm like, fuck yes, we're gonna sign up for that. Ruin the dataset by being the one guy who actually hasn't used VR before. Yeah. Well, I didn't quite ruin the dataset. The Oculus Pro decided to, after the first test, first environment, so it wasn't was 4 different tests on 2 different environments. So in total 8 tests with 12 stimuli in each. So that was a thing. But like, doesn't matter too much. But the issue is when he wanted to launch the second environment, for some reason the Oculus software on the PC just hung itself, and he had to reboot after that. After having fought with the headset to perhaps finally convince it to work again. No, it needs actually a reboot to work again. Oh, that's deep again. The 6-piece shutdown sound. One day you will hear the Windows XP shutdown sound for the final time, and you didn't even know it. Yeah, well, you probably heard it. You lost. Well, not really, because it's memes, right? But like most people, this day has already come where they've heard their Windows XP shutdown sound and Windows 7 shutdown sound and all of that for the last time, and they didn't even really realize it. It's kind of sad. Alright, Wilson is starting to actually wheel me in at this point. I was checking outside, to check bicycles. You mean you checked on the bicycles that they haven't, grown legs and been stolen, or you were shopping bicycles? It didn't. Your precious scalp. I mean the Oculus Pro. It's an interesting headset. Like, it's not uncomfortable. It's a bit awkward to take off and on again, because after each test run, I have to take it off, then fill out the questionnaire, then put it back on, do the test, take it back off, fill out the next questionnaire. Like, that got a bit awkward. There's also the entire headset is designed with having massive light bleed below, so you can just glance out below. The index doesn't do that quite. You can sort of look through the nose hole with the index, that's about it. But the Oculus is just the lower half is just open, which, it's part of the design philosophy that you can actually perhaps work on your desk or type on a keyboard is probably easier with that. Oh, we're really bleeding time now. All of a sudden he's found his mojo and is running me down hard here. I need to focus actually, not yap constantly. I was briefly able to also see the finger tracking, although the test was conducted with a VR controller. That's a bit awkward. We're in the shopping bicycles. Windows shopping. Oh, what did that look like? Oh, that's additional, I guess. Yeah, they had a bunch of different headsets and stuff laying out around the lab there. An interesting place, but not something you usually walk into. Yeah, connecting study or something. But yeah, the different highlighting techniques that were used. One of them was just effectively putting a yellow quest mark above it, the thing you would need to click on. The other one is shooting a light beam basically out of the center of it upwards. A pulsating one. The third was just putting some like what are these fireflies flying around it, and then another one is just highlight the thing with a thick glowing border and filler that is like, well, that one was kind of the best. The aim was kind of surprisingly pretty good when it was used on apple trees and trying to select apples. The firefly technique completely failed on that one. They just blend into the background too much. But when used in the other environment, which was a bookstore, it worked pretty okay. The quest mark, on the other hand, failed kind of in the bookstore, but was quite good. Otherwise, oh, come on. Yeah, he's lapping. I have to get my head down and focus because he is slowly running me in right now. Right, how much fuel do I actually need to get to the end right now? So I have 3 liters extra. Good, that's enough for me to know. And tire pressures also look alright, so. Right, let's get our head down and focus here. I've done enough yapping. Why did you feel so broken? Is it just that hot? Or was it just the prices were so astronomical? Also, why are you shopping for a bicycle? I'm not shaming, I have an old one, that's why I've been on and off using occasionally. Just I don't have that much use case for it. The issue is just like, can you use a bike really in the summer? No, you will melt instantaneously. Can you use a bicycle in the winter? Well, your lungs say no. I think it was December 2022, and the ancient one asked me to deliver some documents to the tax advisor? Tax accountant? Something like that. Whatever it's referred to in English. It's like the next town over, right? It's a couple of kilometers, but like nothing absurd. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna use the bike. Oh fuck. Fuck. Well, that cost me a lot of time there. Prices. Steuerberater, yeah, I know that. What would the role be in English, or do they not have them because it's only Germany with its lovely taxation system can have such absurd people. Nah, they have them, I know. But yeah, I needed to deliver that, and just okay, I'm gonna take the bike to there. It's like I was already basically coughing out my lungs by the time I made it there. Still had this bike back. I don't know how we ended up still being alive after that thing. Just if you inhale cold air into your lungs, it's just like it's Jova. That shit is not funny. It wasn't like absurdly cold. It was just like around 0. There was not really snow down. It wasn't really like slick or anything. It's just it was a tad cold, and that was basically the entire thing. But yeah, I caught myself a cold after that. Because of course that would be the outcome of that silly affair. Ah, okay. Yeah, I still have just a regular nightmare. I should perhaps take it to like take it to a shop or something, because my bicycle has issues with its gearing a bit. The fifth, sixth, and seventh gear kind of don't go particularly in well. They don't quite engage well. The 8 sort of still works fine. And the issue is especially when I'm on the second gear in the front. So yeah. There's 3, 4 in the front, 8 and 9 behind. But that thing is also, I don't know how old this thing is at this point. It's decently maintained. I do occasionally fill in more air into the tires, and that's a big maintenance that I do. But yeah, besides the issues a bit with the gearing and occasionally not going into gear, that's about it in terms of major issues this thing has. Otherwise it works pretty flawlessly. Nice hard trail mountain bike. Did you know there was wireless gear shift systems for bicycles? No, I didn't know. But considering if you have already an e-bike and you know you have an electric motor, then why not drive the gears effectively with an electric motor instead of with a system of pulleys that is quite susceptible to things? Yeah, I think I should have probably pitted to get out of the traffic. Yeah, Wilson has come in. Fuck, this is not good. Is he gonna figure out how to pass me around the outsides? Nearly he figured it out, nearly. But he didn't quite. Okay, hammer time. Fuck out of the way there! Next car is 5 seconds, that's gonna catch me before the end of the lap. I've made a miscalculation here, I should have pitted. Again, I've been just yapping too much. Pits stop is configured, I just need to head in, hit my marks, and just go. Come on. 2 tenths lost there as well. It's not good. I need to hit my marks. At least the Lexus didn't catch me before this, but let's see how's the other guy gonna do. Earned me 1.7 seconds. Let's see if we could pull off
Faster car coming up.
pulling into the pits before him. Catching up with me. Alright, so we need to now nail the fit entry. Was a bit slow there on the entry. Slow down a bit early, but like it is safe and sorry, right? 1 liter just in and out here. Okay, come on. Placement line. Okay, good enough.
Mandatory stop. It's not clear. Come on, let's go.
Okay. Wilson's coming up. Come on, come on. Oh, fucking hell, Jesus! Where's Wilson? There's Wilson. We just about made him back out. I completely got blindsided by that fucking by Ryan pulling up right next to me. I don't know why he like had to exit next to me, because he had passed me like a few laps earlier as a GT3, so he must have taken like a longer stop. I mean, probably the GT3s are changing tires and we just aren't. Something is happening with my left glove right now. It's behaving a bit weird. I don't know. I don't understand. It's like it's folding a bit weird.
Faster car coming up behind you.
I now blocked the Ferrari there because I thought it was him trying to pass.
Car on the right.
Come on.
Clear on the right.
Oh, it's not my glove. It's my steering wheel. The left side of my steering wheel is starting to peel apart. Effectively on the thumb hole for the left hand. The grips, obviously, of a steering wheel are molded out of 2 pieces. And
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
and that the second half, the back half, is on the thumb hole, starting to peel apart, peel off. So if I punch into that hole, it starts sliding open, and it gives quite a weird sensation, I can tell. He has a run here. But he backs out again. We have a good straight line speed here. He's now right over me completely. That in-lap definitely hurt badly. There's a lot of TC, and he's probably gonna do what I did on him on the first lap, which is just fly by me.
Car on the left.
But he's not quite as far.
Clear on the left. There's a slow car behind.
Ooh, that was close.
We're at the halfway mark. Keep pushing.
Oh yeah, I will keep pushing. I need some sort of breather. There's a GT3 coming up 1.8 seconds. Let's see if that either opens the door for him.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Guess the price. Umwerfer at the rear door. I'm sorry, I have to be quite focused on driving, but like 800 for just the gearing, that mind. Yeah, bicycles have. I mean, you saw it today firsthand, but like, yeah, I've heard bicycles have become quite expensive. They are running now for prices where used cars previously ran for. Yeah. Because I guess they're selling. It's nothing but shit. It's SRAM. I mean, no Shimano makes gearings. It's basically not being the standard. I mean, I'm pretty sure I was still in high school when I got the bicycle that I still have. So it's like 10 to 14 years old, that thing. And I think I vaguely remember my family spending about 400 bucks on it. It has basic front suspension, and that's about it. They glued a light system onto well, not glued, but like mounted a light system onto it. Hello phone. Yeah, we mounted a light system onto it for dynamo. So, because I think LED power wasn't yet actually legally allowed. Some bullshit like that, or people still thought it wasn't. It was probably one of the biggest pieces of bullshit ever. To not allow battery-powered light sources, because oh no, what if the battery explodes? I mean, kind of real of a problem, considering if you leave your bike in the garage for 6 months or so, then probably the battery has expired on the thing. $11,000. I mean, for carbon fiber bicycle. I mean, you can pay that much money for some sort of dashboard carbon fiber texture in your car as an option. Like, it's not the most absurd thing. But again, it is this like old car price. Like, you could back in the day buy cars for the price that we're buying bicycles now for. Because the new car market is so cooked that we can't have the... Because the old rust buckets have, you know, rusted enough that you can't run them anymore and sell them. And the newer cars are also rusted through, so like you're left with these just a couple of years old on the market. They're actually worth buying, and those are like way more expensive because they cost also new like half a fortune. But yeah, I haven't been particularly interested in my purchases. I might need to purchase a new helmet. That's like kind of the thing. I am also using technically the tachometer from another bicycle that we have standing in the garage. because the one my bike had just completely kicked the bucket. But they are both from the same company and using the same socket, so I could just slot it in. I slotted in, and that one actually came back to life with a new coin cell battery, but mine didn't. They look nice. Well, at least something. Kind of want to drink something, but like the only water bottle I have is the screw cap, and like I missed more. Well, I didn't have really much of an opportunity in the pit stop to drink. I guess I could try unscrewing it. Wilson is only 1.1 seconds behind. And one medium-sized mistake, and he is very much by again. And a win very much ties this championship up completely for me tonight, so we will just go for the win. Even though I think, because we're heading into this with 4 points advantage, if I finish second here and he wins, he's then tied with me on 4 wins. And he will have closed the gap up to 3 points. But my dropped score is a 3rd place finish. Meaning he can claim only a maximum of 2 points in the final round on me. Meaning I would win the championship even if I finish behind him now. He would have more wins than me. But I would outscore him still. Irrelevant on power finish and not on a Nordschleife. But if I win now, I go with 5 points into the final round, and that's ties it up better. Except if these guys come up with the idea of doing double points for that round, which I don't know them doing, because, you know, Nordschleife was technically intended to be mid-season. Was intended for round 3. It did get run round 3. And Watkins Glen and Nordschleife are on 2 90-minute rounds, so and they seem to not be interested in running double points for them. That's fine with me. With double points, 5 points would not be quite enough. Tie it up yet. Although finishing 3rd would be enough again. And we haven't seen more than 3 drivers at GT4 since I think round... I'm not sure if we ever had more than... I think round 1 we had more than 3. Yeah, I think we had 5 starters and 3 finishers. This round we've... But since then we've had only like 3 people at most turn up. Yeah, so... Until leasing my drinking mountain bike. Oh, you own a 27.5-inch hard trail mountain bike. Do you use it much? Do you go trail biking or stuff like that? Back a few years ago, when we went for family vacation regularly, went into the Alps. We did occasionally, you know, rent bikes. It was included in like the local pass. Like the hotel had already some mountain bikes, but like if you wanted the options with the hard, well, the options were full suspension, then like you had to rent them, but like one renting was included in like the local pass, so similar to how all the like gondolas that were running in summer were included in that pass. And one visit to the local spa. Hello Stomach also, I've taken note of you suddenly, I don't know, going hurt again. It's kind of funny how this has been happening as a regular occurrence in this championship now. Must make it. The papers. Yeah, I mean, as I said, we usually rented some. But again, I don't use my bike much. I don't even know if I have like anything trail wise nearby, and like I don't even ride my bike much. So no, I don't have a use for it. But again, like I should probably use what I have right now, and like it would mainly be used just to get from point A to point B. On mainly asphalt. Perhaps slightly field trails a bit, but that's at most. A lot of them have asphalt, so it's like it's not too much of a problem. Bigger problem with biking here is like just the fucking elevation. Like when there was some leftist commentary type makes like 3-hour video about like how American city planning bad because not bicycles, stuff like that. It's like, I mean, yeah, the Americans are not doing particularly hard. They're making like designs that are hostile to even cars. That's sort of the problem. That require a car, but are still garbage to navigate with a car. But still, like, oh yeah, but like, look at these Europeans riding their bike, and it's like, you know, the highest elevation that a person riding bikes in Amsterdam has is when they cross a bridge. And that's the biggest elevation change they experience in that entire trip. I fall over twice and I have more elevation change. It's like... like, I literally walk like 100 meters down the road and like I have more elevation change than the average Dutch biker experiences in half their life. It's like, no, this is... this is just like... And it's not even that mountainous, it's just... You have a couple of hills here, and it's... like, you want to go from A to B, like, you will probably have to go down a hill, up a hill, and then down a hill again. And then you have to do this entire thing in reverse again. That's about this. Yeah. Brakes, please drop. Right, the race leader's catching back up to us. So we can have the second hit of traffic here. And he's sort of slightly catching back up to me here. But yeah, I've been surprisingly on top of this here today. In qualifying, he was very rapid.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I was missing a whole 1.5 seconds. And I don't think I'm going much faster in the race here either. But I think the difference in this case is that he ran qualifying setup. specifically qualifying fuel, and I did a single lap on what might as well have been race fuel. Like I put a bit more fuel in, but like that's not making that much of a difference. And I've been roughly running the same lap pace as I was running in qualifying for the rest of the race here, so... But still, he's been able to do similar things like that. I just find it relatively interesting. I have to check what his time again was in qualifying, because... Well, it kinda was... I saw that was fast. Oh, come on, car. Just invalidated, because, you know, we lost quite a bit of time as the car just kept pushing over the front axle there. The next GT3 is 38 seconds behind. Jesus, 1 and 2 have just completely gapped the field. Brakes really are not particularly willing to cooperate. How long do we have still left in this race? 11 minutes. But yeah, 1 second still. He's still staying in this. Although either way, I've basically wrapped up the championship at this point, so... I wanna have another one up on him. He's... Oh, he was off there. He has been able to just beat me a few more times. The only reason really that I'm in the championship lead is him turning up late for a few rounds. Included, but not... I mean, yeah, right, we had like 5 cars in one of the rounds. Because he has a 5th place finish that currently has dropped score. And he could turn up late at Spielberg. Turned up late at Brands and at Bathurst. While the point system is quite favorable to those that just, you know, at least turn up and finish the race. Because of the 1 point decrement, and especially with how GT4 doesn't have much grid size, you can sort of get away with this. It's not quite enough if your opponent uses those rounds to just pull out 2-3 points on you every single time. Oh boy, he's on a really fast lap, despite him being off there earlier. Right, he's taking the last 10 minutes and he's gonna not take this lying down. Where's our GT4 companion? 256 car. No clue that the gap isn't showing for me. Oh, come on. He is driving hard, like that might get him track limits soon if he continues like that. He doesn't have them yet. Drive for front, but like, considering the consistency my opponents have gathered themselves track limits, I wouldn't be surprised if this is gonna be the outcome of this race. Right, 15 seconds as the next GT3 round. Move the brake bars all the way rearwards. We shall see if we can finally make the car able to slow down in time and rotate. But yeah, I've only in one head-to-head beaten him really, and that was Spa. He beat me in Alton Park despite me having the strategy advantage, because well, not the strategy advantage, but he still was faster in the rain than me. So he beat me. And then at all the other runs, Zandvoort and what was the other tracks? There was one more that he beat me at, and I didn't. Imola, yeah, he beat me very much at Imola. I didn't have much to fight back with. Yeah, I got beaten at Imola as well. I didn't really stand a chance against them there, both of these, but Spa looked very similar, but I was just about able to outleg him in that one. Radeon looked very similar, like it's just in the end I was able to just about outdrag him there. It seems to be the case today, although it's been a bit more favourable towards me, the pace throughout the race. Spa, he definitely had it locked down at the beginning of the race. It's more been me. It was kind of also the case at Watkins Glen where he also was faster than me, sort of. But his undoing there, and what I'm saying I wasn't beaten head to head, was like he rolled the car. Although I was sort of putting pressure on him. And in the end I was not able to beat Runef there. I think, was it even Runef that ran that round? Yeah, one of the McLaren drivers I wasn't able to beat then in the end. Sucks a bit. Because so far Wilson and I had won all the rounds. So it's that one. What happens? Right, next GT3 is 3 seconds behind, and then there's just a bunch of traffic like that. That's a tight fighting pack of at least 3 cars. It's gonna get very interesting very quickly. 5 minutes to go. And considering the leader is about 50 seconds up the road to us, that means we have 3 laps to go at this point, I think.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Faster cars approaching. Watch
There's a
out.
bit of segmentation there.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
There's one, there goes the next one, there goes the McLaren as well.
Faster cars approaching. Clear on the right.
Oh boy, both of them off, basically. Just a bit of ground again at the bottom, but like this is fine.
Clear on the right.
This was a reasonable trade-off. Neither of us lost too much ground there. Got quite lucky with the traffic there. I had to lead sometime with the McLaren dive, but like that was about it. Having to just slow down for one car is basically acceptable. Considering with how many had to pass me on the road up to that corner. Nice car, 8 seconds. And then 10 seconds on another car right behind that. Right, 4 laps of fuel remaining. Should be good. Because at most we can have now 3 laps to go. I predict 2. Oh well. I shall see. Ferrari in P8. Can get a bit awkward. He's gonna catch me mid-section yet, but he's not under too much pressure, this guy. Ooh. But he could have very much murdered me there with me sliding massively there. I did nothing to let you by there. Because he definitely flashed his indicators there. It's like, I did nothing to help you. That got power very close to nearly ending up as a hood ornament to you. Yep, that's what I predicted. This would happen. Because yeah, there's only a minute 40 remaining when they cross the line. That's something I thought they would not lap. But we obviously have 1.5 laps right now to complete.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Oh god.
Faster car coming up behind you.
You're not the smartest bulb in the pack, are you? God, the GT4 is up the inside of me.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
That cost me a full second there. Those two lovely birds. Well, that guy's lapped, that's why it's a bit weird. Like, he's P12. So he's lapped to P9 in front, but obviously both of them are still lapping us. It's Jones now 3 seconds behind. That's going to be the last cut if we have to deal with in terms of lap traffic.
Faster car coming up behind. Watch out.
Nearly 3 seconds on this point with Wilson. He's dropped off quite a bit. We just need to wrap it up.
Leader has finished the race.
Which would allow us to wrap up the championship. Because I intend to win on the launch live as well, but we have to see in 2 weeks' time how that goes. Hello, Porsche.
Car on the right.
another passer on the outside there. That's just awkward. Oh, me as a GT4 driver. I'm not fighting too hard right now, so like I'm perfectly fine to lift a bit. Fuel level low. Head over the line and immediately pops into fuel level low. Well, that means I have 5 liters remaining. More than enough. Well, then what's... Right. Fucking hell, we done it. Like, it wasn't looking good the last few rounds, especially after Imola, but I was able to crawl back with Watkins Glen in here with a W. That's should be enough to wrap up the championship for good. That should be enough now to do that job. I didn't check the lap timetable as I wanted to. Right. Should probably say so, but it was pretty good. Like, it is job, it worked well. No particular complaints about that one. It just worked. That's all we expect usually from a setup. This technically does open up the opportunity to race it on Linux next round. Because, you know, pressure a bit off. Right. So what am I running really? First pressing on mid. Textures on Epic, resolution mid. I'm running VR pixel density at 100%, so that's interesting. Because I was seeing a massive slowdown from running that above 100%. Yeah. Saturation 110, sharpness 180. Yes, so. Export. So that exported. My audio settings are a bit more complicated. 27% on the master volume. Onboard engine reduced by 25%, exterior engine by 5%, opponent by bar whopping 28%, music reduced by 30%. Seatback gain at 75% and dynamic damper at 59%. Right, I think it is also perhaps time to save this into another preset. But probably nothing has changed really. 2024. Today is the 25th. I have to fill that in. Not 35th, 25th. 25th. Save. So that makes another preset here. I should make it easier to export. Right. That wraps it up for racing for tonight. Oh, there's my water bottle. There it is. I've just downed like half a liter of water. Pretty sure that was basically full. I just downed the entire thing in one go. Oh. And I can't usually drink water particularly fast, so like that tells us already. Like I was quite a bit dehydrated at that point already. I thought of purchasing a thermometer for my room. So it's a funny overlay of like thermometer temperature for like what I was doing. Similar to how my heartbeat obviously up. Yeah. Tuesday leak. Okay, got pinged there in that channel again. Damn. Okay, so his TC bugged out for some reason. But I mean, he was not able to run me down for the rest of the race. Which, for some reason, his TC didn't allow any more throttle than 90%. I've never seen that before as an issue, but like, he couldn't gain on me for the rest of the race either. Like, he did struggle for the opening laps, that's why he lost the opening laps to me. It would allowed me to get past, but like he would have had issues throughout the race basically. But I mean, he had the pace to keep up with me for most of the race. It's just he wasn't really able to pass me anyway. It's like sort of the thing, right? Alright, and I did load up Content Manager now. Oh, but it's been annoying that like my second facial interface has like fallen apart, and I mean even this one is kind of falling apart. I kind of need to spend another $40 to order new facial interfaces because they just keep starting to get unglued on the bottom right. Because yeah, at this point there's just way too much sweat in this one. It's like I've gone. How long have I had my index? I bought my index back in. When was that? Yeah, that was 2020. So this is my. It's my 4th year of owning this headset. I've gone through one cable, which I replaced back in was 2023 in January. I replaced that one, and then I've gone through 2 facial interfaces. I bought fresh facial interfaces also. I think I bought that 2-pack back also around the same time. I think I purchased that one back in 2022 towards the end of it, so yeah, they don't have particularly long life cycle with me, these things. And this one's also starting to peel apart. And it's like, it's a bit annoying right now because there's so much sweat in this thing. There's like this, it's just disgusting. Like, summer's definitely the reason why I run with with my usual run my setup the way I do. that I wear basically workout clothes and like my towel on the back to soak up some of the sweat, all of that stuff, because you just liquefy. And like it's 9 p.m. when like now it's 11 p.m. So it's like it's not even that warm outside anymore at this point. My room perhaps has still a bit of temperature because it's not quite vented completely, but still, this is a lot. Alright, I kind of want to dump the custom shader page app. I've already dumped them. I just haven't, like, loaded them back up in Linux. ZSP WinSet. So there's already dumped. The control mappings, I can't reuse them really in Linux. The video settings are VL3, that's already dumped technically. So yeah, I think that is movable already. I just need to take the time, on the Linux to do this stuff. I think I have, not particularly long for this today, so I'll probably go to bed after. Right. Alright, let me just grab my shifter and then we can do some Shitoku drafting. I want to do that to wind a bit down. Although, the fun part is, it's definitely like, I can actually, if we're doing Shitoku driving, and because my next race is on Thursday doing the Euro NASCARs again, I can just swap my steering wheel out briefly to the other one and actually show what is the damage of the wheel. Now, probably want to disconnect the wheel. So, Oh, is this disgusting? This facial interface is so disgusting, jeez. But yeah, quick release, am I right? I mean, you can do it in... God, I didn't measure the time, but like, you can go off the time on the board. I guess to measure it, like 5 minutes or so. Probably a bit less, but yeah. Let me actually look at what I'm gonna show in a moment. Yeah, Mercedes not found. Yeah, I'm done with I'm done with the race, so that's where we are right now. But yeah, the how can I the problem is it's black, you know, kind of the problem with the rear rim. Effectively there's the backside here and come on, is there a better way of showing this? My knee is right now in the way. That's funny. Right, can we just... Like, I'm gonna put my hand behind that might help a bit to illustrate this, but... Yeah. This is effectively peeling off here. Oh, that shows it pretty well. Like, it's started to peel this on the seam here. It's starting to rip here on the inside. That happens here today in... Just after the pit stop that started. So that's fun to discover in the race. It felt at first like something weird was happening with my glove, but like I pulled the glove back out of the hole, and I was like, huh, why is this? You know, as far as I can tell from the inside of the glove, there's nothing wrong with the thumb. Shove it back in, and like it's moving, and like it took me like about a lap to figure out why this is behaving a bit weird. I was threw up by brushing my CVT release, am I right? It's like, yeah, this the quick release system on the T300 is something, and it's like the screw is sort of folding up, but like I would need to replace it. But like the bigger issue is just you know, this thing starting to peel apart. The thing is also right. Can actually show this, I think, better. Right, this is the pedal shifter down here, on the what's this, downshift or upshift? So I think upshift. No, upshift's over here. Right, but like the upshift side over here, can you see that? Yeah, the paint has scrubbed off here completely on this side. This is the paint. This is fine over here, but like it isn't fine down here. So yeah. And I have had this wheel since 2022. I purchased this about mid-2022 to replace the rim on the T300, the round rim that I had with it. That I've now bolted on, so I'm not gonna actually show that one. Right, let's put this one down on the floor because I'm not gonna yeet it like my gloves over there. That's a bit excessive for not doing that. The only problem in some ways is, so, I mean, I paid for the rim that I just showed, like, I paid like 130 bucks. Like, it was a pretty good price. It's like similar to the pedals, like, I didn't pay particularly much for them. I paid, I think, also like 130 for them. And they've been actually holding up really nicely. Compared to the T3 PAs. I really like my pedals too. They're really nice. But yeah, the issue with the... you know... The issue with the... T300. But yeah, the issue with the old rim was the area, but I mean I can grab the new rim and just show it with that one briefly what happened with the old one. The old one effectively... Where's my gloves now on? The old one, well, it's a bit difficult to see. Right, but effectively, underneath this pedal shifter, between the pedal shifter and the plastic, there's this plastic ridge back here. Basically this front face here. I don't know, you can't, I think, see it at all. But yeah, there's face here that I'm like shoving over my finger. And that one had a crack in it, so when you pull the pedal shifter here, it would deflect, and sometimes the button wouldn't actuate. So you would get like these partial press throughs. That's kind of annoying. You know, the system of T300 is not great. Because you do need to the screw, and otherwise your wheel will just rotate on you. Like an idiot. But, I mean, if we were on Linux, I would like prefer to just, you know, do the driving on there, but like, yeah, we are where we are right now, and I'm not gonna reboot just to prove a point a bit. Shifter working. Generic button working. Good. That's most what we need. Favorites. But the practice server for the Buxton Oval is up. I guess I could try joining it. I don't know. I think I haven't downloaded the track yet. It's not offering me to download it, but like it's also not throwing an error at me not having the track. So maybe I have it. Let's just briefly test join the stock practice server, because that's gonna be fun. You should steal the Moza wheel. The thing is, I should really, you know, try the Moza wheel and see how that one. Okay, I guess I have the oval. Okay, I don't remember installing it, so that's the set to cause a moment. There's like I don't remember installing this one, but I guess I have it. Wait, I don't know how to set up this car for this track. Oh, I forgot to turn my steering wheel on. Okay, fine. That was that's a new low. I've put the wheel on, but I forgot to turn the steering wheel back on. Oh, that's fun. Hold on a moment. Because again, my brother has a Moza, but there is not really a solution for Moza on Linux. So, you know, my T300 does work on Linux, so it's kind of the advantage. But if I can, you know, contribute towards Moza working on Linux, that would probably be a good idea. It's just current targets are more probably what I'm gonna do with the, you know, broken rim right now is I'm gonna just tape it. That's what I did with the TMX rim that had a similar failure. Because that's a round rim in that case, but like it has a only the center part of the part where you usually grip the like 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock position has basically rubber on it, the rest is plastic. And like the rubber started to peel off on that one, so like you just tape the rubber back together. Yeah. And that's from where my brother probably upgraded for that reason. Because that's a bit obnoxious with that happening. Yes, load these settings. I mean, I do say that like Linux has problems with unmapping, but I literally do a step with my T3 with AC to specifically go every time into settings that I start Content Manager and reselect my preset to just tell it like, I want to run this preset. Stop unmapping my buttons, please. But yeah, Fanatec is obviously also this option. I can't read right now your message because I'm waiting for, you know, the game load up. And I'm still loading onto the oval, but you know, it's just funny. Go to Thunderstorm merges to Fanatec. Yeah, right. Maybe not. Right. Like, Moza has become quite a bit more attractive due to Vertex implosion. Or pulling out of the pit lane or something. I don't know why I have this oval. Oh boy! There were 12 people last time in race 2, and there were already like, I think 2 people that checked out of that. Like, so there were like 14 people for race 1 last time. How are they gonna fit more than 5 people on this oval? Reska, what in the actual fuck were you drunk when you made the schedule? Well, I'm pretty sure it was Reska that came up with running a Euro NASCAR series. Although, I mean, it could have been the other track admins, but can we just drive in second gear because, oh god. To avoid having to downshift. Oh god, they understand. The main issue is actually the turning. Not even the acceleration, really. Although, yeah, I mean, second gear doesn't quite work well. Oh god. By the way, lap time's in the 16-second range, so God help us all. That's like, who came up with the? It's like the first round. Yeah, let's go to Long Beach. You know, not the worst street circuit out there. It's a tad tricky, but like, you know, you can pick so much worse than that. But like, still, why a bumpy street circuit with these cars? Is that necessary? And then immediately, like, you know, let's go to a right-hand oval that's, goddammit, runs, is so short that, I don't know, this thing is over capacity if you would throw rental go-karts around it. It's just this thing is too small for. Like, this works fine if you would do, you know, Olympic running around it, but like everything else doesn't work with it. But yeah, second gear works pretty okay here, I think. I don't know how we're gonna fit this many cars around this circuit. There's no yellows, there's nothing. This is just gonna. You know, we might as well run the fucking figure 8 layout that you can clearly see is carved into this thing. Like, this place clearly has an optional figure 8 circuit. We might as well just run the figure 8 layout because it's like, you know, that's at least a bit less crash prone than this thing. We're just seeing something. This is utterly hilarious. Yeah, but I'm actually like continuously actually improving my lap times, which is like really interesting. Huh. My body is kind of chiming back in and being like, hey, you wanna go to the toilet? And I'm like, no. Like, but like, please. And it's like, no. Stop it. I mean, if you're not gonna be dizzy after this, I don't know. Going round and round in circles. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round, round, round. What? Who, like, Did you eat a cloud for breakfast with this fucking calendar? Because I did say like it's not turning right. But yeah, my point is earlier that you probably missed as you were away for a moment. What were you guys kind of thinking with the schedule? Because it's like, you know, Long Beach is the first round, which is like, I mean, you can pick worse street circuits, but like it's still a street circuit in terms of difficulty. Like, you're gonna shed people in terms of grid size immediately. And then you pick a circuit that is overcrowded when you have more than 5 cars on it. It's like, what are you doing? It's getting to the point of just like... Oh wait, I'm adjusting the wrong thing. Adjusting the pit stop. Can you actually pit on this circuit? Also, it's saying estimated laps 168. 28 on the 30 liters default. Oh, that's... Well, at least that's telling us we don't need to do a pit stop. Because I still haven't figured out how you can actually get into pit lane. Yeah, it's like you pick the smallest short track that I think exists in the world, basically. That's the thing. It's like a short track, sure, like Richmond. That would probably be kind of cool. But I kind of remember like funny thing with short tracks, like the I remember with the 2016 USF 2000 in not AC, in Alpha 2, did like an oval race at Richmond, and it's like that thing runs at Richmond like it's a super speedway basically. Like you could just take the corners flat out and pull, like it's a 1.5 miler for that car. It's really funny because it's just so slow, that car. But like this thing would not be able to take Richmond much faster because it has some straight line speed, you know, but like it's just yeah. Alright, I wanted to do some setup adjustments. I know, I'm gonna actually trim the setup. Hell is freezing over also. But yeah, you can't adjust the rear suspension, but the car comes with already some toe out on the rear left, but toe on the rear right. I mean, I guess it works for this track. The front toe, however, is like, what happens here? You know, I want to actually trim the toe to be like this. I don't know, it's been a while since I last set up a car for an oval, and like, usually it's just like, oh yeah, right, also the camber here. This thing is running negative camber on the inside, but like positive camber, well, the negative camber on the outside, but positive camber on the inside. So this car's actually set up pretty well for this circuit. Like, this car actually kind of, you know, works. Like, how the hell did we end up with this much camber on there? That's a bit funny. I mean, you can technically probably do the ACC technique of just min-maxing and shit. Still, no clue what the Watts-link pivot height is. Right, so it should be. It's like, yeah, I mean, the camber should be probably you want negative camber on the outside wheels, but positive camber on the inside wheels, or you know, neutral camber on the inside wheels. So this car is actually trimmed incorrectly for this track, which is bizarre, but like it works. It says for ARB. Why does it say ARB? We have some Pistons here. Toe, fuel. Gears. I have noticed already that like running just staying in second gear is probably the best option. I think there might be some gains from shifting from first to second, but because I'm driving an 8 shifter, it's not particularly viable. And I think that's only like viable at all in qualifying. Or if you get shoved out wide, that let you quickly rear gear down to first and then just push and see how that works for you. Also, it is notable that like driving out, you have to drive out of the grass into the pit lane. Ah, it says it's re-ARB for you. Oh, that's interesting. Because I've just adjusted the. I've just adjusted. I can't get out of the habit of shifting right now. Let's just stay in second gear. Because then you can just, you know, trail brake and everything. Right now, I have my keyboard laying up in my lap. But yeah, I think the main adjustment most people will need for this circuit is just to move the brake bias rivets. I think everything else is just not really necessary. I think the car is alright for the circuit. I don't think the other adjustments really help, but like the car is definitely hopping the front left wheel into corners. Maybe lower the, you know, the pressures on the front left wheel as well, because it is getting scrubbed quite a bit, but like besides that you don't really need to do anything. I mean, Hank, I'm not even gaining that much lap time. I think also if you just power it into turn 1 on your quali lap, you likely can go faster than if you actually brake for turn 1. Because the timing line is very late, so you're already on the brakes, usually. So, it's a thing to consider. To just power it through. Not necessarily warp, right? I mean, that might actually work on this circuit. Although, maybe not on the final corner, but definitely turn 1, turn 2, that works. I'm pretty sure you could probably do the Hail Melon. The funniest thing with the a bit of a funny thing with the Hail Melon is like, I noticed on R Factor 2 on one of the I think it was Hampshire or something, one of the oval tracks that's part of the massive set of oval tracks that one person made, basically covers most of the NASCAR calendar. That one had issues with the fact that you could just wall ride effectively. We had noticed this basically in the league race, that you can sort of get away with this for qualifying and stuff on lower damage settings. And I reported that on the Steam comment section for the workshop item, and the guy came back 2 years later being like, oh, that's a non-issue. Right, like, you know, you'd collect too much damage anyway from that, and leagues would penalize that and stuff, and like another, I think a year later, the Hail Melt happened. So that makes it like extra funny, kind of. I think 1 or 2 years later that happened, so it's like, we sort of very much predicted that thing happening. But we just didn't know. We thought this was a bug. Like, I reported because I thought like, oh yeah, the friction on the wall is not enough to slow the car down to actually make this not viable. But no, this is somehow realistic, it actually works. Okay, the rear left is also overpressured, needs to lower that pressure as well. Front right is under pressured. God. Just squealing over the tires there. And yeah, fuel consumption per lap 0.24 liters. It sips on fuel. I mean, you do have to consider we do like 4 laps a minute. So, I mean, that's still like a fuel consumption per minute. It's lower than most people drink beer. Yeah, my main intention was to just like hop on Chitoka and wind down, but like I was like, "Hello, you know, it's the server is up. It's not saying that I'm missing content. You know, I don't remember installing the circuit, but I guess let's test if it works." And like, answer, yes, I somehow have the circuit. I don't remember installing it. Maybe I installed all the tracks at the beginning of the season. I do remember downloading Laguna Seca, not Laguna Seca. God. Long Beach, the other one with L. You know, 2 things we're gonna try. Like, fuck it, we're gonna floor it into the other one. Okay, I'm not feeling so well. Quick answer, no, you can't wall ride on this circuit. The game will very much eject you for that. Okay, apparently you have high grip for about 13 laps, and then you're basically for most of the race on medium grip. Right, I still need to figure out how I can enter the pit lane. Do you need to, you know, request something? Because that's not the pit entry. Level in the pit box over there, technically. So I guess you can't do a pit stop in the race. Oh. Let's not get disqualified for driving the wrong way. That's just hilarious. Probably need a bit more fuel, even if it's saying like yes to do 35 laps. No, that's not right. I'm pretty sure that's not enough. Right, so we did have under pressure on this tire. Got over pressure on this one. Okay, and then we had under pressure, I think, on this one as well. We had some pressures trimmed in. I mean, I guess you can min-max the dampers a bit more. I guess you can probably move the brake bias even further rearwards. Although at Long Beach, you didn't want to move the brake bias that much rearwards. Definitely. So this is a UNAS. Box. No, I want a 01, please. 01. So, right. I think, however, we're not gonna go on the Chitoka at this point anymore, because my body is really telling me now, you wanna visit the bathroom, and I'm not gonna make a bathroom break now and then come back later. I feel like that's a bit excessive for the stream, so we're just gonna end it here, call it a night, and then come back on Wednesday again. Hopefully to run the race and not be late. So there's that. But yeah, that should wrap it up. Now. Hello, where's my second-hand controller? Good. Fine. I need to swap my overlay here. Just before midnight now to wrap the stream up. Right, 2 hours. Perfect. Get in. Boop. He's falling further out. He's hiding. Well, then again, good night. Till hopefully Wednesday. Bye bye. I hope that doesn't work on Saturday.